What the heck? Hi, and welcome back to my next stream. I'm Chaos to the power of 10, and we will continue with Roadwarden. Hi Harkness, hi Carol, how's you too? A bird's house brings feathers, but also talents. Yes. Or chickens and eggs. So last time we went to Old Pegasus. Well, rather, we went up. Wait, we started down here. Pelt of the North. We went back to the ruins. We took the guy that lived there back to Pelt of the North. Now he is living there. And from there he wants to go south. So, then we went back to Howlersdale, and from there first up north to Foggy Lake. And there we found a family, well, one mother with 2 children, and I believe another guy somewhere living there. They told us about Old Pegasus because they were expecting a shipment of stones, I think, to build. But it never came. So we went back, went here, and figured out they have the plague. Or something similar. So they are closed off. Now we went, I believe we went already to Foggy Lake back and told them, hey, they will not come, for sure not. And then we went back to Howlersdale to tell the lady. And now we are still here. Oh yeah, and I believe we talked to the druids about healing them. Oh yeah, and the druids told us that we should go to the Elder's Cave. Maybe they can help. I'm at the store and I had to get meds and decided to go see if anything cool was on sale. Wait. Is the store that you are at the moment a medical store? Or were you already at the medical store and then went to another store and now you see if something cool is on sale? Because I would be like a little bit confused if you are in the apothecary? Apotheke? And say, oh, let's see what cool medicine is here on sale. Oh, blood pressure machinery. You know? Cool, yeah, that's on sale. Regular stores, it's connected to a pharmacy. Yeah, okay. That would have been an interesting look around. What time do we have? 0 minutes before dusk. Great. We should sleep. Oh, we are full on a lot of stuff. We do not have enough coins. I would have liked the extra cleaningness, but I guess not. The rains once again hit the ground, interrupting your sleep. Another day of muddy roads. I am in a city. Your sleep gets distorted by the foul smell coming from your bundles. The raw fish meat is now rotting. Wait. Its state will get worse with every day, but even now you struggle to imagine that you could continue your journey with this smell around. I throw it somewhere where it won't bother anyone and get back to sleep. First sleep ends, but your usual 1 hour break is instantly disrupted by noise. You stand up, walk to the window. Where do I sleep? And see that the reason for the commotion. A group of workers just outside the inn, drinking and laughing. Eric, the innkeeper, is also among them. At night? You could join them, but if you do so, you won't get a good sleep tonight, and after such a long day, you may end up exhausted. I mean, we are pretty full with everything. Well, we needed oil, so I'm getting a bottle. Ooh. That's not also the store where you got the ice cream, the special ice cream, right? I think I could sacrifice a little bit of sleep as long as I do not lose anything. Oh, why vitality? Well, at least I still have 3 parts. You lost track of time, surrounded by the smell of old ale and cold roast lamb. The excuse for having this celebration is the recent birth, the very same that was occurring when you arrived at the village. The young mother is exhausted and is the first one to leave. Wait, the mother was partying with them? But more than 10 people stay, poking at her partner with kind-hearted jokes. Use the next week the best you can, says one of them. Ne'er sleep for you after that. Oh, The first week of a new baby is not the best. You may be a stranger, but your presence is welcomed with joy. The small talk is just as engaging as you would expect from people who have already slept for 3 to 4 hours today, but there's something pleasant about them sharing their parenthood stories and plans for the future. The humming of Howler Creek and the lights in the dark make you feel as if you belong here, and that's a delightful illusion, especially in a group of strangers. At one point you are asked about your own journey, though you prefer to keep most of them to yourself. One of the hunters encouraged you strongly to travel to creeks. They are a fun bunch, you see. They love to meet new people, but be ready to wake up with a spinning head. Creek. Okay. I'm one of the first people to get back to bed. It's warm here, but the muffin skin allows your back to rest a bit. You wake up a couple of times during the night. The smell of the cooked stew fuels your hunger, and the staff returns to the room once every hour or so to stir the pot. You wake up early, but leave the building to check up on Apocalypse and give it water from the creek. The innkeeper is sitting near the door, from time to time carrying out another bowl with either stew or gruel. Thighs is nowhere to be seen. I'm dirty. This game is really hard when it comes to like dirt. Let's go to the innkeeper. Oh, I cannot ask him if he has any leftovers. I don't have a lot of money though. The square, fine. I offer my service to the guards. Well, I cannot get any more dirty. Sure. People stay away from you. The smell of sweat and dirt. Your clothes are torn and worn. 10 hours till dusk. For most of the time you stay safe, but at one point you find yourself evading a pack of predators, and your clothes are now soaked in sweat. Thankfully, your armor was able to keep you in one piece. Yeah, well, I was already stinky. Timo is still looking for a match. Oh yeah, true. Well, I need to travel though. Wait, where is this one leading? Oh, I can go. Oh. Well, we wanted to go to the elders though. But I have the feeling we should wash a little bit before we do that. Washing me is really a lot, like an all-day job. Hey, I got one star. Oh, I can also ask for... Hey, do you have any leftovers? Ah, yes. And we are full. Great. Thank you. Oh, I bring news, sad news from old Pegasus. The villagers were stricken by a plague. He sighs and put his muscular arm on his head, then asks you about the state of the village and the symptoms you know of. After a short conversation, he observes the counter. I was planning to get in touch with those stone cutters. Thank you for bringing me the news. Let's hope they can make it until spring. I take another look at the main hall. Why would I do this? Oh, okay. Travel. Wait, how much time? 6 hours. Travel. 5 hours. You pass the area where you and the scavenger encounters griffins, but the one thing left of them is a few puddles of blood. Nothing goes to waste in the wilderness. I still want to open that north gate. I consider washing myself in the river. Meh. Fish trap? 2 fish, yes. I could sell them. Oh wait, you pull the rope and see 2 flopping fish inside. You prepare your axe and open the lid and reach for your catch. You stun the animal one by one. You spend another minute or 2. Okay. I set the fish trap again. It's a good thing to have. Okay, I still want to go to the northern gate. I want to open the gate. I may take quite a bit of time, but with the wood and bone tools you found in one of the builders, you will speed up your endeavors. Yes. Hey! You take off your cloak and put away your bags and satchel, while Apocalypse grazes gladly in the meadow. After looking at the pile of dirt, you let out a sigh. You start with the larger rocks, removing the ground around them and pushing them into a single pile. Then you do the same on the other side. The simple shovel and pitchfork help you a lot, and once you get used to them, the work goes smoothly. You are done before you get too tired. From now on, passing through this place will take you less time. I go somewhere else. I can already not go here. So, now to the elder, to tell him, hey, we have a plague. The family of deer you met some days ago has returned to the pond, this time accompanied by more members of their pack. One buck towers over all the others, with antlers as large as your palfrey. It takes a few steps toward you, shaking its head. You better stay where you are. You observe their curious, lazy glances, while the adults quench their thirst. The young ones are playing in the tall grasses or basking in the middle of the road. It takes quite a few minutes before the large beast orders the others to head back into the wood. Its bellow is like a falling boulder. Stupid beast. Nein. I wait for a few minutes. We are patient. We do not fight the animals if we do not have to. A trail of black ants is crossing the road, carrying leaves, dried blades of grass, and little sticks. The old druid is resting on the bench and welcomes you with a new interest in his voice. Words of the help you have shown to my neighbors from Howlsdale have reached me. Traveler, good, very good. But don't tell America about my oil, okay? I thought you mean cooking oil. Don't you mean cooking oil? I'm always ready to do the right thing. He vaguely grunts. I bring news from old Pegasus. A terrible plague has fallen upon it. His eyes widened. What did you say? A plague? You tell him everything you have heard about the symptoms. He attentively observes your lips and sometimes asks you to clarify some details, though you usually don't know how to answer him. He finally nods and turns away and approaches the garden beds, lost in his thoughts. You wait in silence. He speaks after a short break. There's nothing I can do, his words are trembling. You will have their blood on your head. He's pissing me off. And that's it? Are druids really that useless? Well, is there anything I can do? He strokes his beard and examines your equipment. There may be. You can help me cast a spell of great power, but it will take much. You would need dare, and you would have to give up a grand reward. 'Tis a quest for a hero, ne a messenger, and there are nae heroes. Wait, what? You would have to give up a grand reward. I didn't expect a reward. Or does he mean I will have to give up something precious? I did. I was making a joke. A bad one, but still. Okay, I was really confused. Why do you go around going in a shop asking for motor oil? You may be right. Tell me more and I will decide what to do later on. Before you finish, he turns away from you and looks at the falling water. Then listen. Help me awake beholder, the good totem from the swamp. You have already passed its altar in the crossroad north from here. It needs to be fed. Ugh. I told you they are doing like sacrifices, and it only feasts on spirits. The pneuma held in human blood, the magic locked in items. Offer them and it will answer your call, but 'tis a hungry being, and it will need be nurtured by a single gift. Who knows how much it wants? Carries on without pausing, as if he's speaking from memory. But let it grow and it will reward you. Take its holy seed and bring it back to me. I will enter the village, and through the totem's power I will replenish my strength and keep the pneuma before it leaves the lungs of humans. He stands in the same spot for a few breaths, then finally looks back at you. I don't like this. Altar of nom-noms, I guess the tree is nom-nomming, but I don't like what he is nom-nomming. Couldn't we give him like chicken nuggets? Magical chicken nuggets. Dino nuggies. I think magical dino nuggies would be pretty good to nom nom on. So, it needs to be fed and it only feeds on spirits. The pneuma held in human blood, so I guess we give him some of our pneuma over here. The magic locked in items. Offer them and it will answer your call, but 'tis a hungry being. It sounds like you're trying to push me into some dark magic, old man. Do you have anything I could give to the altar? He reached into a pouch that was previously hanging from his neck. I do know you, and I can trust you, but if 'tis this or the death of dozens of souls, I have no choice here. As he reached out, you see a flat, bluish pebble lying on his open palm. You could go to any stream and find hundreds of rocks like this one. 'Tis a gift I received a few years back, a rock filled with pneuma by Eudocia, the enchantress. Once put in one's mouth, it brings back the strength of one exhausted pneuma, or kill you if you are near a spellcaster, but put it on the altar and it will help you feed it. Ah. I understand, I see. Why am I dirty again? I just washed. Where's my 1 star? Magical dino nuggies would be awesome. Yeah, I bet the tree also would love them. So I need to offer magic to the altar. What next? When you deliver the seed to me, we will leave. Though we will need time to get to old Pegasus and back. 'Tis a long road for a shell of my years, but the totem's gift will keep me strong. Okay, tell me more about this seed. To be honest, that slowly sounds like the apple tree out of like the story of beginning out of the Bible. His voice becomes confident and solemn. Beholder bears but 1 fruit a year, and only if its hunger is satisfied. The heart of this fruit, its seed, holds a great power of youth, strength, and magic. Therefore, when the winter ends, people of Howler's Dell gather at its feet and give away the pneuma held in their blood and possessions. 'Tis a sacrifice that would kill a single soul, but when shared by many, 'tis but a sign of acceptance, an act of overcoming pain. It sounds like you're trying to push me into some dark magic, old man. I don't know if I should ask that. Maybe it's time to ask the druids from the village to help. He puts his hand on his sides and looks at the clouds above him. If they were willing to help you, they would send you here. At least all by yourself. They should stare into the promises of power and the fears that such promise brings. For them, losing pneuma is a risk. You must understand that old Pegasus is no friend of theirs, as it bows to the way, right? The creature that laughs when we wither. Many people would spare a tear for this place, and would much prefer to turn into a house for boars and rooks. What will I get in return? He looks towards a brown rat that wanders near the rocks, looking for seeds. Who can tell? I hold treasures to share, and I will do my part for a reward. But for Ma believes that 'tis the right thing to do. Maybe the monks keep something in a chest in that disgusting temple of theirs? Okay. I guess I know anything. I hope. I wonder why you don't wear robes like the druids from Howler's Dell. I wear what I need, and therefore what is needed of me. He speaks with pride. Ma ancestors knew such path leads to freedom. Empty gestures, but honesty, gratitude, and tranquility. He looks towards the north. Those left in the village are putting their hands into matters that fit the empty-hearted. Their petty clothes are but a custom, no better than a dress of a merchant or a pretty rock thrown into a lake. How much time do I have? 2 hours? I have enough time. I even could maybe go and like give the stone already to them. Well, let's ask first. And then we go. And I can sell my fish. Okay, Carol is getting food now. Yay! Wait, what? I'm getting food now. Okay. I was really confused. You are already in the city. Why don't you get the food? Thank you, Hawkins. You ride through the open gates and swiftly dismount. Some of the local greet you politely, but they keep their distance. After you notice your own smell and the dirt on your clothes, you no longer wonder why. Oh! What? He's going to McDonald's. Oh. I think I saw that they have something new. But I will go first to the job interview and then maybe get some McDonald's as reward. You wander through the village. 2 red-haired twins are weeding a flower garden. A young man is reprimanding a little girl who had dropped and shattered a clay bowl. Can I go to Elpis still? I mean, we have 45 minutes left. The builder's site hasn't changed much since the last day of your visit. A few druids are weeding the herb garden and cease once they see you. Elpis arrives from around the corner. I'm looking for a healer? She raised her head a bit and observes you in silence. You will find them here. My soul has its limits. I need to be there when an elder falls down the stairs, when a child gets a fever, when a lumberjack cuts off their arm. We do need your dragon bones, and I will put a stranger above my neighbors. Wait, why can I not tell you about what the druid said? Okay, farewell. Weird. They have that big arch burger, but I'm not trying that tonight. I'm getting a new chicken burger with green chili, hot ranch sauce, and pickled onions and cucumber. Yum. I can remember they have, well, in Germany at least, they have now a new... I don't know if it was vegan or just vegetarian, but they had new burgers. They removed the old ones. I loved the old one, okay? The plant burger. Then they removed it, and now they bring new ones out. And they said, oh yeah, we have 4 items for you. 2 of them were different kinds of wraps. 1 is a burger, and 1 is a big salad. This is... Yeah, we have vegan options for you. Salad. Okay, I guess let's sleep. I thought we could maybe get some help. Oh, we could wash ourselves. But then all my money is gone. I don't want all my money to be gone. And... should we wash? I guess. Fine. I need a bathtub. They also have a new shaker fries flavor. Do you have the shaker fries all the time? Because for us it is a special item. Strawberry milkshake? I am all for sweet and salty combos. Wait, what? But I don't know how to feel about strawberry milkshake flavored fries. Does that mean the powder that you put in tastes like strawberry shake, or do you get a strawberry shake together with your fries? Because I have the feeling that there is a difference between having powder on something, like something dry, on fries that taste like strawberry, instead of a strawberry milkshake where you dip in your fries in. The powder is strawberry milkshake flavor. Yeah, no, you buy if you do it. And I only did it because I saw it in movies. You buy a whatever you want, milkshake, and dip your fries into it. I cannot imagine that artificial, and I guess it is artificial, strawberry powder on fries can taste good. The shivers wake you up. You open the window and see the dense fog covering Howler's Creek, spreading like milk through the entire village. You hear an amused quarrel coming from the main square and spot the dancing light of torches and lanterns. Yet the village remain calm and asleep. Fogs tend to get more common in late summer, but the tribes of the Dragonwoods often see them as a bad sign. The wild spirits they carry are believed to impact both the visible and the invisible, and not in ways that help humankind. I sigh. Wait, my pneuma is strong. I don't need the fog's touch. I sigh. If there are any undead in these woods, the fog will strengthen them. Fries and milkshake is amazing, but powder just sounds crazy. Yeah. Carol is... I got you the... Sakura spirit? Fries and milkshake. Yay! What is Sakura spirit? Sprite. Ah, Sprite. Spirit. The moon is bright and so is the night. You recognize shapes of owls and bats and spot movement in the ground. There are many stories about the moon origins and purpose, and they are older than any of the doctrines known in the cities. These legends are shared not by religions, but rather by tribes, as if they are a part of a deeper conviction. Something spreads through the milk of mothers and wet nurses, or through the whispers of the trees and winds. The moon is a powerful spirit who watches and guides humankind when we have no sun to protect us. That's why we call what's in its center the eye. This one? It's like a potato. It's a potato eye. This is a moon eye. It's a large rock that one day will fall from the sky and crush everything that's alive, starting a new age of darkness. For some reason it controls the weather. It gathers weak clouds like a sphere and shapes the tides. It's a home of strange animals. They are different, but as bright as humans, and sometimes visit the land. The moon is up there and we are here now. Who cares what it hides? I do like the idea of it being a watcher over us, as it is with the sun. So let's take this one. They have Sakura flavored spirit for Sprite. Again with the spirit. I play too much spirit games for a limited time. I really should look into McDonald's again. You spend the night in peace in a clean bed with a tightly shut window and a warm blanket. In the morning you find a stool placed by your bed, covered with a raw cabbage head, a smoked quail wing, and a cup of yogurt. Once you get dressed and go downstairs, a young boy who conversed in Martin speaks unusually loud and enthusiastically, mentions that Apocalypse has already been brushed and watered. You nod, but he runs outside without noticing it. The innkeeper is sitting near the door from time to time, carrying out another bowl with either stew or gruel. Size is nowhere to be seen. Where is she the whole time? guess let's offer my service to the... I hope I don't get two... Oh, 2 gold. That would be another bed. Well, 1, that's fine. It turns out you don't have much to do. You get your job done quickly and with little difficulty. Why did I sweat then? Okay, let's travel to the tree, I guess. Hello, tree. The tree is perfectly still and hasn't changed a bit since the first time you saw it. A large black and green bird is sitting on the altar. When you get closer, it spreads its wings and flies away. On my way back now, I'm gonna need help. I was feeling a bit peckish, so I decided to try their new sour cream and onion cheeseburger. They decided to put them in separate bags because of the extra tiny burger. Wait, what? So wait, what? You mean your burger and the burger of Carol? In 2 different bags? Wait, do you not have the bigger bags with a handle on top? I approach the altar. Oh. The cream-colored limestone is cold and smooth. The tree is perfectly still and hasn't changed a bit since the first time you saw it. I make an offering. How do we call it? Oh yeah, I still have fish. I need to sell it. Heh. A spirit rock. Okay. I'm making an offering. A spirit rock. As soon as you... Oh, it's growing. As soon as you lay it on the stone slab, the pebble hisses for less than a single breath and shatters into dozens of tiny rocks, not much larger than grains of sand. The tree greets your offering with sound of moving, stretching branches. Ooh, I offer a magical item? Do I have one? What magical item could I have? I only have my amulets. I do not want to sell my or give away my amulet. Pneuma? Oh! You don't have a spell that could transfer your pneuma towards another object. It would require the knowledge and experience of an enchanter. However, you could strike the altar with a mere part of the pneuma that's left in you. Your shell won't be impacted in the process. Also, this power is usually a bit dangerous towards its target. Oh. I do not want to harm the tree. Should we risk it? Let's walk away first. I do not want to kill the tree. First here. They gave me 2 bags, one for my nuggies and my tiny snack burger, the other Carol's burger and the fries. I have the feeling our McDonald's are working differently. Sure, gossip. The curious local gather around and take part in your conversation. The stable master shows up soon after you step away. I'm broke. I do it myself, thank you very much. What do you mean it's too late to ask a local about work? I still have 10 hours. Go to Bien. No. Good luck. Go to the main square and then to Eric's to sell my fish. He raises a fish to sniff it and holds his beard back, keeping it clean. Many fish in our creek. I will put them in a soup or bake them for a sauce. How many do you have? I will give you a healthy meal for each one. 2. He takes your fish inside, making quite a bit of noise once there. When he returns, he's holding 2 small packages wrapped in waxed cloth, which should be somewhat waterproof. Thank you. What did I got? Ah, rations. There we go. Go to the trader. What do you have? I'm being bothered by the howlers. Anything to plug my ears? Hey, wax earplugs. And you can just avoid them, I guess. With a raised eyebrow, he reaches for a yellow candle and plays with it with his long fingers. You know, they eat plants, knee meat. Should knee be too dangerous for a warden with a mount? Lend me your axe. You cut off a few chunks of wax, removing the wick and giving them to you. Here, roll these in your hand, warm them up, make the shape you want. Thank you. What do you have for sale? Do you have anything magical? No. Sad. Yeah, they don't have the handlebags. Oh. I missed the €1 cheeseburger. We still have the smart burger, basically, where you get like 2 of the basic burgers for I don't know how much, but it was cheaper than buying the set, for sure. And the plant burger was already with it. Okay, so how was your day? Better than yesterday. So, I had a problem with my phone. Every time I would phone my landline, yeah? I told you about it, that it was crackling when I tried to phone someone. And since I am applying for jobs, that would be bad if somebody calls and I cannot hear them. So, yesterday with my family, I went into the city, bought a new phone, went home, tried to put it on, and hoped it would be better because I thought the phone was a problem. But it wasn't. And I told you, I believe yesterday also about that the phone wasn't the problem, but the router. So I restarted the router, and now it works again. So I had a new phone that I don't need anymore. So today, I went to the city and gave it back, and I have the money back. So I was outside in more or less the morning, let's say early afternoon, no, not afternoon, late morning. Then, wait, you have a landline phone? Yeah. Why shouldn't I? I know it is uncommon these days, to have a landline phone because everyone uses their smartphone. But to be honest, I cannot deal with phoning with my smartphone. It feels like meh. You know, since everything is touch, the moment I hold it to my ear and then holding it on my ear, I have the feeling something will go wrong. Okay, so it makes me nervous to phone with it. And I do not like to stand around with a smartphone on speaker. So, yes, I have a landline. Also, Germany is kind of like old still with like internet stuff and so on, especially with like everything that is about offices, let's say it that way. They always want you to give them a landline number. And then, since a few years, they also add a mobile number if you want to. But a landline number is like kind of like, yeah, you have to have it. I'm guessing a lot of people just put their handy number into that like text box basically. But I do not want to be able to be called by all the offices on this world on my smartphone at any time. You know, if offices need to call me, they can call my landline. My AB is fine. They can talk on that. But they do not have to call me on my job or when I'm out with friends. You know, I like to separate who can reach me at any time. Very uncommon but cool. Basically no one here has one anymore. Really? Huh. I know my family has one. I can... The problem is I do not really visit anyone like at their homes that much. So I cannot really tell. My grandma has a landline and a tablet, but not a cell phone. But I don't think I know anyone else in the US who still has a landline. Really? It's so uncommon? I'm strange, apparently. But to be honest, that also showed when I was in the shop to look for a new phone, landline, because there's only like 2 brands that they sell. One that was like the majority, like 90% of the phones was one brand. And the other one had like 2 different kinds of phones. So apparently they are not really something that they sell a lot of. So yeah, I was out and about. And I guess the rest I will tell you when ads are running. Okay? What do you mean it's too late to ask the locals about work? What time do I have to be around to ask them? How was your days? Maybe I should ask old Peggers, because they are known for their magic stuff, right? They have a lot of, not druids, church people. My parents had one as long as my grandma was alive, because she could only remember the landline's number. Oh. I can remember that my parents still have one of those rotary phones. They have it, they don't really use it. It is still functional though. So if their one phone will ever break, they will just switch over to the old one. The road is still covered with the pebblers, leftovers, as well as the leaves and branches on the ground, but at least the beast is nowhere in sight. Even though there are some fresh paw prints just nearby, your plan worked just fine. I tell them about the... Okay. You spot feathers, bloodstains, and fresh prints of a large cat. You knock on the gate, and Tertia opens the peephole. Peep hole after a minute or so. You approach the gates and knock at it. She gives you a long look. Healthy still? Good. I tell them about the druid's plan. I may know a way to help you with the plague, you begin. Even before you end your story, various voices interrupted with all sorts of queries. Sorry. Map. Oh, people are getting online. VVV is live and... Oh, that's the mobile dashboard. I don't care. Queries, which results in a long and chaotic conversation. As their enthusiasm rises, more people approach the gate, chiming in with their doubts or asking for things that have been already explained. Through the hole in the gate, you see a swarm of shifting faces and clothes. It's understandable that they are worried. I try to tell them everything I know. This is a waste of time. Let me speak with one soul at a time. You can discuss it later on. Yeah, I guess. Right now I need you all to shut up. Tertia once again showed up in the peephole, observing you attentively. You're right. Is there orc we can do to help you with awakening the altar? If you have any items filled with pneuma, I could use them as a sacrifice. Yet another long discussion occurs on the other side, though this time it's more organized, with one soul speaking at a time. When Tertia addresses you, there's sadness in her eyes. There are no enchanters here, Warden. All the magic potions we had were used to fight the plague, and my neighbors don't want to give away our last treasure to someone they don't trust. I can't make this decision for them. Fine, I hope you won't regret it though. She closes her eyes for a moment. Me too. The crowd starts to disperse. Okay. Where could I maybe ask? Maybe... Wait, how much time do I have? 8 hours. Okay. I doubt that the Foggy Lake has magical items, but I guess... I know that he doesn't. They don't. So I need to find a new area, otherwise we will be lost, basically. Oh. The road takes you to the edge of the woods. A few trees have found lucky scraps of soil towering above the water, while others, shorter and not as lush, have roots sunk in the pond. Some of the plants were felled with tools, so the root itself isn't so dark, while the few sunbeams getting through the weaker branches on your left are surrounded by darkness and swarms of insects. Help me! Help! The sudden cry, as well as the screams of pain, reaches you from between the trees. A woman or a child. I spent today working on my book report I have to present next week. You have a lot of tests these days, but I'm sure you will be able to do it. I hope the book isn't too dry, so... When you think about my goal, I have the feeling that's a trap. Wait here, someone needs me. You lean towards the pond. It's cleaner than in the other parts of the bog, allowing you to see the bottom. Parts of it are still more than knee-deep. The sulfuric odor makes you step away with a frown. The brownish color can't hide all the bones and plants remains that are sticking out of the bed. I take off everything below my waist. Yes? You undo your boots and buckles. Then hang your pants on the saddle as your naked skin touches the water. You expect it to be more like a slime, but nothing of the sort happens. Only your eyes and nose notice the difference between this place and a regular pond. The cold water makes you shiver. The voice doesn't stop. You gather your bravery and move forward, disturbing the sediment so much that it forms a cloud of mud after every step. I'm dirty again. Every step. You run into the trees. I follow the voice. I observe the tree crowns. Oh, great. It leads you deeper into the trees. You think it's coming from one of the larger plants, with a crown so dense you can barely see anything between the branches. Something lands on your back and you plunge into the water, getting pinned down to the mud by massive paws. You're choking, hearing only splashes. Hey, it's my book, don't call it dry. I thought it is maybe a book that was given by the school. Yeah, the semester ends on the 20th, so for some reason they waited until the last moment to schedule everything. Turning now, Carol. What? You try to roll away? Well, I got even more dirty, but I'm already dirty. You try to roll away, and while the creature is heavy with large paws and strong legs, you're strong enough to knock it off yourself. You bounce from the ground and dash through the shallow water, smoothly getting back on your feet, still holding your blade. I look at the beast. The cat's legs are bent, ready to jump, white and muscular. Its eyes staring at you with a blink are round and yellow with pitch black irises in the center. It's waist high with its chin hanging just above the water. And the jaws it could bite off your limb in a heartbeat. Ends in 5 minutes. It has short hair and whiskers and a nose as big as your hand. Even without the dirt, it's almost black, with glimpses of yellow that form a rose-like pattern on its side and dots on its head. You can't see the creature's paws through the now clouded water. The cat lets out a growl like a saw cutting a log. It's unscathed confident. I take a defensive stand. Well, my armor. When you hear the flapping of wings, it's already too late. Bird's talons sink into your shoulder, and once you get distracted, the cat darts forward, reaching for your thigh. You even evade its first strike, but it's then pushed your stomach with its huge paw, cutting through the armor. Before you can reach it with your blade, it's already out of your range. Your fine gambeson keeps you in one piece. The grey bird also flies away, now circling around you, gracefully avoiding the tree trunks and branches. It has a red tail and a short, curved, vulture-like beak. It growls like the cat did a moment ago, and you notice that the human screams have disappeared. Oh. So it's 2 against 1. What? The cat looks into your eyes and roars. As it moves forward, you don't see any wounds on its shell. Its companion circles around you, looking for an opportunity to attack from above. I try to stay safe, looking for an opportunity to make precise strikes. I need the beast at a distance, playing for time. I run away. I attack the bird. I try to say safe. Oh, my armor. My poor armor. I'm losing another one. The bird distracts you by pecking at your hair, jacket and hands. You do your best to evade the cat's attack, then to strike it as it charged at you. But your attempt fails miserable. It manages to reach your stomach with its claws, slashing through your jacket. Your gambeson keeps you in one piece. Struggling, I push it away with my axe and prepare for the next clash. The cat looks into your eyes and roars. As it moves forward, you don't see any wounds on its shell. Its companion circles around you, looking for an opportunity from above. I don't know if running away will really help. I attack the bird? I don't know if that will help. You wait for the bird to dive at you, then take a swing, using your time to get further away from the cat. The blade sends the halves of the raven-sized creature into the water. Oh, we slashed it in half. Great. To the enjoyment of the local scavengers, a few grey and red feathers are drifting next to you. I raise the axe and look at the cat. The cat roars towards its dead companion, then looks into your eyes. As it moves forward, you don't see any wounds on its shell. Stay safe, and my armor's gone. You do your best to evade the cat's attacks and to strike as it charges at you, but your attempt fails, even though you also land a hit. The beast manages to reach your stomach with its claw, slashing through your armor while your old axe cuts the beast's shoulder slightly. Okay, keep it at a distance then. I don't have any more armor, and I'm quite dirty. You keep your distance and ducks as the beast jumps at you. So far, your reflex is beyond reproach. After a few breaths, the cat prepares itself for another pounce. The cat observes you with new respect, surprised that you are still standing. It looks at its dead companion and, without a second thought, leaps away, then partially swims, crossing the pond with a speed matching your palfrey's gallop. That's what I thought. If we are in the water and try to run away, that will not work. You consider following it, but after it reached a tree crown with just 2 jumps, then gets to another one with a single breath, you wipe your forehead and turn away. Gasping, wet and frustrated, that sounds like a night, you hobble back to the beaten path. Apocalypse seems worried, and you try to ease its soul with a few encouraging words, hoping it will leave you alone for a minute. You wash your skins and put on your dry clothes. At least your boots won't give you a cold. At least I know no soul is in danger. Why can I not click that? Well, nice. Wait, how much time do I have? 5 hours. I cannot wash over here. I wanted to go further. I'm doing the turn of the main road into our village. Ah, turning. Okay. You ride along shallow waters on one side. Oh, add some money. We will wait. Eeh. Okay, well, that wasn't helpful. I hope we find a city. There must be the necromancer somewhere close, I guess. Or was maybe the other city was a necromancer. But there must be another city somewhere around. Yeah, after the city, I went back home. Oh, I breakfast before the city. Back home. Then my mom have gotten me 2 boxes of mushroom growing boxes. One with white champignons and one with brown champignons. And I set them up today. So I made a big mess with earth. Then I had food, calzone, mushrooms, normal edible mushrooms. They are now standing in my kitchen cupboard, the lower one, because they are supposed to stand not dry, but not in the sun, so rather dark, and somewhat room temperature, so 20 to 22 degrees, they say. So I thought, yeah, well, the kitchen is the warmest place in my home, because it is furthest away from the window. Now I have to wait 3 days, and then I have to change the box so that air and a little bit of light goes in there. Oh, then I have to keep it a little bit moist, not wet, just a little bit moist, so that the mushrooms can grow. And then in like 2 or 4 weeks, I believe, the first mushrooms should grow, and I can then like twist them off, and then there should be new ones. And if theoretically the box says I can use it for like my garden, or rather for my mom's garden, to like put it on the ground for the other plants. But I believe if I would give it more like earth, like fresh earth, the mushrooms should grow on that too, and then we should get more mushrooms. At least that's how mushrooms work normally. Sounds way easier to just go out and pick mushrooms. We do have woods around, but we are not allowed to pick anything. They are safe areas, basically, for nature. So you cannot just go there and pick mushrooms. Also, I don't know how they look. So I rather like to know that the mushrooms that I pick are safe to eat. I would also not know where the next woods are where you are allowed to pick mushrooms. And you would need to get there first. Yeah, if I could send pictures into Discord, by the by. Discord. Yeah, that's what I did. Then I ate calzone with also with mushrooms and tuna and cheese. Then I had a nap, and then I started stream. And after stream, I want to prepare sunflower seeds for Mother's Day, so that they have some time to grow before Mother's Day is. Huh, we are allowed to pick mushrooms and berries pretty much anywhere here. We have, I know overall in Germany, there are specific areas where you are not allowed to change anything. We have different amounts of how safe they are. Some areas you are allowed to pick stuff, but you are not allowed to disturb the area. Other areas you are not allowed to take anything out of that area, you know? And I believe there are even areas where you're not allowed to enter, but I'm not quite sure. Yeah, no picking. Maybe I could pick one. No, don't tell it. Maybe I could pick one and try to grow it at home. But that would be somewhat illegal. I don't even know if they could. I'm not sure if that is by law. I need to look it up. But I guess if it is a safe area, it would be by law. Right? So I guess we let it be. I have my boxes now. I'm happy about that one. Hi and welcome back from the ads, by the way. You ride along shallow waters on one side and flooded trees on the other. You reach what seems like the end of the road. Oh. The turn south is already overgrown, most likely abandoned after it was devoured by the bog. But as you look north, you see a wide clearing that with time has become a meadow and a lonely hut at the end of an often traveled path. At first you ride down slightly, following the twisted trails. There's plenty of puddles around, and well as brown, grey, and purple grasses. Purple? But all of them are too short for any lurking predators, and the few foxes you see far away don't pay you any attention. You pass by the fresh tracks of heavy-hoofed beasts, but spot no wild game in sight. Your ears can't free themselves from the birds, rodents, and dragonflies. Well, it depends on the mushroom. Some need a specific tree growing nearby. Yeah, I know that one. Rather, I know that. But to be honest, you can just go to any kind of, I guess, market? You know, like build market. Tool market? You know, places where you buy stuff to build stuff. I guess you could get there and just buy firewood. They should tell you what kind of wood it is. So, why not that? And then you put it like down, do a hole, put some of the mushroom in there. The one part where there is like pollen on that. And then it should be able to grow. Or infest the wood, I guess. We need to ride carefully. If Apocalypse's leg sinks into the mud, it may get broken. Please don't break my horse's leg. Oh. That's a long text. The further north you ride, the shorter the grass gets. These vast peat fields, broader than 2 or 3 villages placed side by side, are many years old. The turf bricks surrounding the solitary hut are still fresh, drying in the last summer light. The scent of this area is like that of no bog you have ever encountered. Instead of the sublime aroma of healthy soil, it's intense, sulphury, leaving an almost sour taste on your tongue. The short scarp is dripping with water, like a running saw of the earth carved with spade and muscle. The house, made of birch wood, dried turf, and a blanket of soil, is a structure you are not too familiar with, but you imagine its interior are much smaller than they appear to be. The walls are a few feet thick and keep in the warmth, and such roofs tend to get soggy until they collapse after a decade or so. The only soul inside is sitting on the bench, shoving his mouth with a fistful of green leaves that he takes out of a small basket placed on his knees. I introduce myself and for now stay in the saddle, just in case. Still chewing, he mutters something in response, then shakes his hairy head, swallows and puts the basket away. He stands up and takes a single step forward, approaching the edge of the scarp. His arms are entangled by green creepers, longer than he is tall. What are creepers? Creepers are not here. Humans? Creepers. I don't see creepers. Well, for example, chanterelles grow in symbiosis with pine tree roots. Oh, I could put, you know, there are some like mushroom sticks, so the ones that grow on wood, they would put on like sticks that you also use for like IKEA shells to put them together. You know, these wooden stickies. Some people you can just buy them like this, and then people would put like mushroom spores onto them, and they grow, and then they sell it to then be used for that hole that you would put into wood, and then put it in and close it off, and that way you can also infest the wood. I know Amazon has them. I could put them on my throne, I guess. But first I would need to figure out what wood I could get. And therefore what mushroom I could grow. Yeah. Creepers, longer than he is tall. They rub against the ground after each step. What is that? Green creepers? And judging by the way they occasionally twitch, they are very much alive, even though you can't see where they originate from. Chaos the Roadwarden, he repeats, this time clearly. He moves his sealed lips left and right. Sealed lips? Oh, closed lips, okay. As if he's testing your name, still not sure if he should swallow it or spit it out. Your face is familiar, bar not this. The point at your mount, staring at it for a good minute. His voice is quiet and young, not older than 30. Thank you. If you were standing next to each other, he would be almost a head shorter than you, but for now he towers over you. He has sunken cheeks and sloped shoulders, and while his grey wooled robe was never pretty, it's now close to being a wreck, and his sandals reveal long toenails. Oh. I have a bad feeling about this guy. I observe him more closely. His eyes are as brown and dark as the grasses of this very bog. His left earring is made of a tusk and a feather, while the right one is an hourglass made of silver, though a broken ring makes it at all times tilt under its own weight. The leather strips on his wrist and ankles holds beads, pieces of amber, old game dice, and tiny skulls of birds and critters. Even more cords are hanging from his neck, some of them so long they reach his stomach. Thank you for the hydrate. They carry countless amulets, some of them torn, dried, shabby, or fragmented. And you spot among them small boxes made of wood and bone, as well as leather pouches, which hide even more secrets. Were you here before? Maybe I dreamt you in my sleep. His voice and look are absent. If so, I'm Cyrus's, the turf warden. Oh, you're a warden? I'm not sure about this one. Is warding turf difficult? I run my eyes over the red scarp. Shouldn't you ward your home out of here? The earth beneath it is going to collapse. Is it? Dreamt? Wake up while I'm here, Cyrus. We have things to discuss. I keep looking at the creeper dangling from his side. I hope I'm not bothering you, Warden. I need some guidance through these bogs. I guess we try to back off a little bit, you know? I need guidance. You do. This isn't a thing behind me, nor east. The isn't a thing behind me, nor east fear. All you can do is turn back. He looks at you in silence, then yawns loudly. His teeth are yellow, but don't seem to be neglected, at least from this far. You're off the main road, stranger. What for? Do you live here by yourself? Yep, wall-locking, peddling, guarding turf. My tribe dug out what they can this summer. I just keep dragons away from squashing the bricks. Your eyes turn west, following the man's raised fingers, and you indeed notice a distant trail of massive, three-fingered footprints, now turned into small puddles. They are as long as your torso, with pointing claws, one of which appears to be broken at its tips. Ah, warlock. Agnes, what is a warlock? I have heard of them, but I never understood what they really are. Wait, is there a warlock? I have so many quests. Apparently warlock is not under these. A warlock? Yeah. Yep, warlocking. I guess warlock, right? And warlocking is what a warlock does. My tribe dagger, like one of them, appears to be broken. Is this a way to avoid marshes? Both the opposite and quite so. You took the left turn away from the village. Bah, you wouldn't reach it anyway. The path's sealed and I keep it that way. You ask him to explain and he raises his hand, waggling his fingers as if he's casting a curse. My green pets keeps the troublemakers away. Ah, I can't make an exception for a warden. One willing to prove they bring gifts, not troubles. What's the toll? He reaches for his basket and places it on the lower edge of the scarp. Crouching right behind it, you look inside. Indeed, it's filled with wild leaves, flowers and berries. Give me enough for a day or so, and I will Benson wine for a day or so. I need to think about it. I am not right now in the state where I would keep the vines open for a day. Do you have anything to sell? He eagerly smiles and steps away, reaching to the doorknob with his right creeper. Odds and ends want to buy a hook. Venturers love those, and I've got it for cheap. He doesn't give you time to respond. On most days I brew a mix of stuff of poisons and medicine, if one desperate enough to cross a box for it. I've one that withers plants, and one that kills worms and bugs, and one that keeps flies away for better health. Oh, flies. Expensive though. A bone hook. A grappling hook. The bug-killing ointment is one that would be helpful. Okay. Warlocks in folklore is a male witch, in D&D it's a mage that gets their power from a higher being. Ah. So, wait. I'm guessing there are different higher beings. And they are basically making a pact with them. Right? And the higher being wants something out of that, maybe. Yes? How do you avoid wild beasts? 'Tis them who avoids this place. They are afraid of spears, my plants and poisons. Seeing your frown, he raises his creeper quickly, waving them like a dancer would scarves. Yet his arms remain still. They are stronger than muscles, he simply explains. But still, I am not much of a wanderer. Yeah, like a demon or something like that. Could there be, just in question, could there be You know, there are a lot of churches in this game. Are there also basically warlocks that have a pact with a good god or an angel? I cannot quite imagine how this looks now, like a priest, for example, who is a warlock at the same time. You were training with the druids. The forest speakers. His mocking voice makes him sound like a brat. I left when I was a teen, 10 years ago. If not more, when everything went to shit. He suddenly pauses, then waves it off. After a few more questions, he speaks slowly, observing your eyes. Don't get me wrong, I did learn a lot, specifically from that one old man. Bar his daughter kept making me meditate. Making me meditate, and I am not one to sit still. His amulet rattles from his flinch. We paid them for teaching me, but they broke their word, telling me if spirits lumber, and if rites poison. After his annoying scoff, he bites his tongue and taps his toes nervously. You ask about the old man, but Cyrus runs out of patience. I don't know the one with the real gift. He guided all the ceremonies, yet was arguing with others all the time. I don't care, he was good for nothing, like of all of them. Oh, so the old man, the forest speaker, I guess. The forest speaker. Do you know his name by any chance? There are warlocks that have pacts with divine beings, not always a good god, but rather a messenger of said god. So in our equation world, it would be a pact with an angel. Huh? Why is it warlock? Why is there the name war in it? How does this name come from? Where is this name coming from? If you have any messages for the druids, I could do you a favor. Such a waste of thoughts, this bunch. His angry look is at odds with his hesitance. I would rather talk to the rats, the bogs, or even... His eyes leaves you, staring at the smoke coming from his home on the horizon. After a longer moment, his creepers rise up tensely. Now I have got no words for the forest speakers, but they do have my stuff. I would pay you for bringing it back. What stuff? Things I left behind when I snuck out of that monkey house. For reasons. I would like all of them back, bar one more than the others. Just some polished trick. A pause marks a moment when he realizes the stupidity of his lie. My old wand. You don't seem to be using a wand at the moment. No need for it. The creepers point in your direction, swiftly tracking the movement of your shoulders, as if they have their own eyes. I need no teachers, no masters, no breathing exercise. A fake chuckle. Pay me with what? Aren't people like you, he says with little kindness, in need of healing potions at all times? I can brew you a small one, or I can spare you a few coins instead. Let's say one for riding to Holas, one for talking with the druids, one for bringing my stuff back. I don't know if we should give him his stuff. Now that is, I don't know. I just know it's a male witch in folklore. Okay. I would say keep your stuff. Beats me. Bar a year ago a caravan from there stopped by, looking for mushrooms from our bogs, before they took their noisy boots out of here. One of the guards cried that he had break my baby wand. make me pay for the time I cracked his nose with a branch. He plays with his amulet as his eyes avoid yours. 'Twas a mistake, I was still learning. What do you need that stuff for? He rubs the ground with his heels, observing his dirty toes. It's mine, his voice gets quieter. I deserve it. I'm not sure if I should trust him. How was it in Hollersdale? He blinks. I left, didn't I? Or rather, ran away. Couldn't handle their looks, their tone. They think they are better than us here, and didn't let me forget that. Any tips of how to talk with the druids? Can tell you how not to talk with them. Don't laugh, don't look at them, don't tell the truth, just bow down and repeat how honored you are they are, sparing you as much as a glance. Oh, that I did already. Is that why you were sent to the druids? You couldn't control Pneuma. Not much talent for spells in our blood at White Marshes, he says nonchalantly. Is no one here to guide me? I heard a few kids before I figured things out. Seeing your raised eyebrow, he continues but cautiously. Some tribes are just like that, young ones especially. Give us 2 or 3 generations more and a mage or 2 from the outside. Art needs to grow. I know everything I need to. Is Pete really worth constant overseeing? He looks at the nearby bricks and frowns as if he's seeing them for the first time. Sure, kind of, I think. You ask him to tell you about them, but he admits it's the others who harvested. I meant to pile it all up into rickles. He points at a small dolmen-shaped structure. I'm always so busy, he grins. You ask him what turf is good for, and he starts to tap his toes. You can build with it, you can burn it, add it to the soil, and scrape for smoking meat. We used to dig it slowly and barter for stone and timber, but we changed our ways. Can I go back? Yeah, I could. I also could go south. I'm a little bit worried since I don't have armor. I can be stinky, but I am worried about the armor. Carol looked it up. It's Old English for oathbreaker. I'm confused about it. What oath was broken? You know, if you're making a pact to a higher being, then you are creating an oath, I guess. What other oath was broken? Where do we go? I guess we go back to Hollersdale, huh? And then we could go down here. Or over here. I'm not sure if we should get his stuff. But maybe we can get his stuff and give it to the beholder. But then again, I don't know if he will then open this path for us. You know? The building size hasn't changed when the homes. Cyrus has a message for you. She listens to your tale without so much as a frown, and before she utters her first word, the other druids step away. I know where the thing you seek are, and need just the wand. I'm even willing to give them back. But you want something in return. You catch a hint of shame in her blink. Oh, I ought to ask for something. I'm under no obligations to return the possessions of a runaway, but I'm too blind to spot the value of a kind gesture. I want you to return it. That's all. Elpis whispers, isn't much different from her regular speech. She nods towards the tall druid with a club who used to keep watch by the entrance, and he approached the workers at the building site. It may serve as a distraction, but you don't have much time. What? You catch a hint of shame in her blink. I own to ask for something. I'm under no obligation to return the possession or run away. Need too blind to spot the value of a kind gesture. I want you to return it. That's all. Okay. I too can see the value of a kind gesture. What do you mean with kind gesture? Huh, are we conspiring? What is it? First of all, the stuff I'm asking for isn't yours. I'm honored to be of aid. I'm confused. Can somebody understand what the meaning of this is? I mean, the folklore warlocks would have pacts with the devil, so they break their connections to the Christian god, I suppose? Oh. But was there... Okay. But is there magic? You know, if you hear like magic, you do not really think about like Christianity or any god at all at first, because normally Christianity do not really like magic. You know? So there was never an oath between them in the first place, I guess. Unless there is some kind of version where every magic comes from God. You know, that could be. I'm confused what she wants. I'm honored to be of aid? Her eyes grow slightly shinier. Then I want you to protect my friend on their walk through the brighter woods. 'Tis near as dangerous as it sounds, for our garden is in good health, but cautiousness will nie wound us, who may ever learn a bit. 'Tis near as... Through the brighter woods? What are the brighter woods? I never heard of the brighter woods. Brighter woods. Huh. I don't know where that is. What should I expect? She tilts her staff forward and gives you an encouraging smile. Unlike the dark forest in the west and south, our garden has but a few hideous hideouts for larger beasts. On most days, you would only find rooting boars, or napping deer, or small critters hunting. 'Tis better to keep your distance, but be wary, for such beasts rarely roam on their own, and are much smarter than most people expect. Are there not enough guards? She glances at the workers who are sending you curious looks. We are keeping this deal between you and me. Nay questions, nay explanations. When do we start? Does have to be right away. Once you're ready and of strong shell, head to the guards at the northern gates. Tell them you're looking for work, like a vagabond would do on any day. We will warn them you're coming, but do so in the early morning hours before noon. Okay. I'm confused why we... That's interesting. Farewell. Let's go to the tailor. I need you to repair something for me. Oh, 3. God damn it. I need one more. 1 hour before dusk. Main square. I guess we can sleep. I doubt that we need to go somewhere else at the moment. I need to save some money. To repair my stuff. I'm fine, I guess. Hardly any light reaches the ground through the clouded sky. The deep night, as some people call it, so dark that you can't see the fingertips of your extended hand. You try to look outside, but to no avail. Even the predators will spend the next few hours hidden, unsure what surrounds their shelters and hideouts. Not all of them, though. You hear cheerful howling coming from the heart of the forest. A hunt queen, or maybe a hunt lord, has already captured its next meal. I should feel safe in such a well-guarded village, but just in case I crawl to the window and make sure it's closed. It's warm here, but the mournful skin allows you back to the apocalypse. Tiles is nowhere to be seen, okay. I thought I could maybe do it, you know, only do the service for the guards without anything else, to then get another coin, then sleep a night or repair my armor, to then do it the next day, but apparently not. Should we try it? I mean, our health is full, we stink like... The animals should stay away just because we stink so much, okay? You ought to head into the forest garden and assist one of the druids who knows what for. This task will take you a few hours. Oh, I get money for it. Sure. After you mention that you were meant to ask for work, you are taken beyond the gate and led towards the forest garden. The field workers observe you for a bit, and one even runs closer, pretending they have to ask a guard if they are still on for a beer in the evening. But a swift lie gets rid of them quickly. The warden's about to examine some weird trails. Your walk ends where the garden gets slightly darker between 3 crab-apple trees. 2 of them are heavy with fruits, but one is already earning its first autumn leaves. It's past its prime. Its destiny of being cut into limber is fast approaching. Wait, what? Does it mean you are cutting down apple trees every year? You're told to wait for the druid to join you and to avoid drawing too much attention. What if someone starts asking questions? Then lie. Well, answers the leader of the group. He's younger than the others, but seemingly much bolder. Or wear them down with gossip. We respect our forest speakers, but we do want your secret to turn on us. Draw them away from the druid, and you will be fine. His friend chips in. She had short sleeves, proudly revealing the claw marks covering her arms. Ask about the broken wheel. Everyone's been talking about it for the last 3 days. Should buy you some time. They wish you good luck and turn away. Soon you are alone. I stay in the shadows. The hooded, cloaked figure chose dark green. Yeah, matching the local foliage quite well, but considering the size of everyone in the village, not many of the locals would be able to hide in plain sight. Once they get closer, you recognize them by their physique alone. It's the same large, broad-shouldered man who usually guards the entrance to the Square of Druids. I was shortly confused if I still have fish with me. Though this time he remembered about his sandals. Ready, he rushes you without a greeting. What are we doing exactly? Looking at bad grass, once we get there. He points northwest, so vaguely. Maybe 'tis nothing. You stick to the beaten trails. The only song and calls you hear are coming from birds and monkeys. I gave the herd forager clear instructions. We ought to find nae one in our way. But be on the lookout. You're meant to distract them away from me. Kind of draw attention to yourself. He maintains his pace. The annoyance in his voice seems to be aimed more at the situation in general than at you. The spells we learn are aimed at wounds, soil, plants, hearts, he explains. Combat, nie so much. I, however, used to be a guard. He straightens his arm, and his club shows up in his hand, still strapped to his wrist. If a beer folk were to jump at you, I would at least try to hit its head. The further north you get, the thicker the bushes. The paths get even narrower, and you start having to push the bushes away. Who knows what lurks ahead? Better stay quiet. Won't you tell me anything about this garden? He swings his club, but his voice remains calm, if not disinterested. It used to be more wild when I was a pup, with poisonous mushrooms, sour fruits, nests of saurians and runners. Now 'tis more of a tamed yard, he says reluctantly, more useful to us than to the beast tribes of old. We ever have plant of the south, like say. He looks around. The elderberry here. He points at the shrub bearing clusters of black fruit coming out of pink fingers like stems. Our mayor bought the saplings and they rooted, for better or worse. He picks up the pace. I guess no more talking. Oh, we could have just crossed. I thought we can ask all the questions. From your last comes a weak burble. From your left comes a weak burble. Through the leaves of bushes, you see the gap of vegetation marking the bed of Howler's Creek. You look downstream. Weirdly enough, you are not that far away from the walls of the village. It must be the longer path the Druid have agreed on with the foragers. Such a waste of time, especially on foot. The tall man maintains his silence for another few minutes. We are here, he announced after reaching yet another turn and yet another tree, and crouches. Then you see it too, a 5-step wide patch of herbs that are all dried out, despite growing in shadow and wet soil. And not just them, the grass too, and the weeds, and the moss. Even the pear tree above is dying, but unevenly so. Only the patches closest to the yellowish patch are withering, with the leaves sprinkling over the area, days too early. Why hide it from the others? Oh, Thais does need another daubt in her dagger's set. Thais, okay. His tone is absent, but he allows himself to raise his head and look you in the eyes from beneath his hood. Before we raise the alarm, we needed to make sure we have got a reason to worry. He puts on a pair of gloves and searches the soil, smelling the clumps of dirt, observing the dry leaves, pulling out the stains of roots. Strains. There. 'Tis going to take some time. Keep watch. I'm familiar with a ritual that can detect magic. You give him the wooden sphere and explains the purpose, and he accepts your ritual with gratitude. The sooner we are done here, the better. Put them both inside and around the patch, so that can lead me. If that's pneuma in here, that is. You follow his instructions, but also put one sphere in the very center of the garden bed, just in case. Now I can focus on my main task. Like in every forest, the piece here is tied not to the absence of living, but rather to pushing all the noises, colors, and movements aside, casting them as unremarkable. You avoid staring at the chirping, screaming, and jumping creatures that are smaller than your chest, and seek anything that would warrant drawing your axe. You train your ears in ignorance. You stop, a singing woman to the east. I look at the druid. He didn't notice the voice, but after you clear your throat, he realizes what's happening. He waves at nothing in particular, as if to make an invisible fly go away. I need more time, stall them. The song tells of a cheerful couple dancing on the edge of a cliff, closer and closer to their fall. That's an interesting song. I nod. If they come here, I will meet with them. She's not hiding her presence, crooning even after she noticed you, though a surprised pause occurred first. She sends you a smile, and you are sure the two of you have exchanged a glance or two during your stay back in the village. Her appearance may not be too memorable. Humble height and stature, at least for the standard of her tribe, brown, simple tied hair, gambeson in the color of natural linen, an axe by her side, but what draws your attention is a tiny green and creamish monkey clinging to her arm. Every now and then, moving from one shoulder to another, or even sitting on the top of her head, it looks around curiously and occasionally lets out a screech, as if noticing something worth acknowledging. You are also greeted with one of these screams. It has brown eyes just like its owner. The woman comes closer, so you walk a bit down the trail, away from the withered patch. You meet by a large boulder next to a pile of gathered twigs. I pointed at the bag on her back. Foraging? Yep, almost done with work for today. I was hoping to pick some strawberries for this fellow here, but they were all gone. She gasped in protest as the monkey pulls her hair, and it lets her be. So I am a bit away from my spot. And what are a roadwarden doing in a garden? In our garden? Lie. I'm seeking a new paths. Was wondering if there's a convenience fort around here. I'm collecting herbs. I'm examining some dark rumors.